We're here today at Score on Business talking with Pete Hendrix about his invention, Hendrix Classics. Pete, I was curious when we were talking about all of the elements of your business as far as the product line and as far as the vision and the passion. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was obviously as you're building a culture, whether you know it or not, you're creating a culture within the company.
Right.
And so have you had a chance to methodically think about what kind of culture
Absolutely.
you have?
And we're putting a lot of effort into that. So first, we want happy customers. And so
who doesn't?
Yeah, there's a lot of we put a lot of focus on that. And to have happy customers, you need happy employees. And
That's right.
we try to help people figure out what they enjoy doing and what they want to do.
Right seat on the bus,
yeah,
good to great.
Exactly. The good to great. I would say one of the very big things is we are building a culture where honest mistakes are A-OK.
Wow.
And in the United States, it's like
a culture that is not based on fear.
Yeah, no fear and no shame.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why that's important. First of all, people are more loyal with that. But secondly, if people feel that if you put people on the defensive, they can't learn the lessons they need. And
they're not as creative either.
They're not as creative. So if somebody makes an honest mistake, no problem. We talk about it. I talk about my mistakes a lot because, if I don't talk about the mistakes I'm making, then
that builds trust for me as an employee or a worker with you.
Exactly.
Talk to me a little bit about some advice for other entrepreneurs. Because it sounds like you could give advice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here is what I would tell people. First of all, understand that it's going to be very hard.
That's an understatement.
I'll tell you, we feel like, it feels a lot like we make mistakes by the yard and success by the inch. And you have to be willing to, there is some risk. You have to plan on how you're going to pay for things until you start making good money. I think for a lot of companies, it takes 2 or 3 years.
What's one bit of wisdom that you really wish you could tell an entrepreneur?
Culture. The people you hire are absolutely critical in building the culture. So, companies can have all these assets and software and technology, but there's only one thing that makes things happen in this world, and that's people. So the people in your organization are hands down the big asset, and so you need to be taking care of them. You need to, people want to be heard. People want to know that what they do matters.
It seems so basic, doesn't it?
It does, but
So how can people find you?
Well, we would love to have people find us. And so Hendrix with an X, Hendrix, HendrixClassics.com. And as I mentioned earlier, folks that are watching Score on Business, if you all will come to HendrixClassics.com and register for the newsletter, you will get some offers for some, greatly discounted things.
That's right. So go to Hendrix Classics in order to be eligible for the holiday promos, and it's Hendrix with an X.
Yes, like
Classics,
Jimmy.
like Jimmy. He could have used some of your materials. So tell me one last thing that you wish you could tell people out there about Hendrix Classics and your journey.
One thing that's really important is I am completely passionate about this.
It's a little evident.
Yeah. What pays the bills are selling the shaving stuff.
Okay.
But what moves me, my mission, is to help the world have a better shave.
And what's your number one selling product right now?
The subscription, which includes everything.
And you mentioned artisanal earlier on.
Yes.
Could you explain to our audience what you do that's artisanal?
So
they may not be aware.
Yeah. So when you think of artisan in the sense of these kinds of products, you're thinking about people. They're made in small batches. The people, we make everything. They
don't understand that you're hand making each piece.
So the razors we import.
Oh, okay.
Those aren't made in the U.S.
Gotcha.
For under $100. The shave soap, the balm, the scents, we're
Talk
doing
about
all
the
of
scents.
that.
What kind of scents do you have?
Well, we have a barbershop scent, which is a really clean
fun.
scent that that is for men. The ladies love the barbershop.
Interesting.
We have what's called bay rum, which is,
Oh my word,
goes back to the days of the pirates, and it's kind of a spicy smell.
Right.
The
Okay.
guys love it, the ladies maybe not so much. There is Citrus Perfectus.
Oh my word! That
Which
I
is-
don't even know I can say that. Citrus Perfectus.
Yes.
Where'd you
and-
come up with that?
Well, it's grapefruit, lemon, a little lime will overpower everything.
Women would love that one.
Yes. Florida Sunshine, which is a kind of a sweet citrus.
Goodness. Okay.
We've got another really clean scent we call Yosemite, which
Oh,
is
that's nice.
it has a little bit of menthol in
Yeah.
it. But the scent matters. We want people to enjoy the scent of everything.
You just struck something. There's no problem going through the airport with any
Yeah.
of your items, is there?
Okay, you can't take a razor blade on the plane. You have to check it.
You would check that.
Yes.
You don't want that
Okay.
confiscated.
So hey, I bet we're out of time, huh?
We are, and thank you for being sensitive.
Yeah.
We thank you so much for joining us here today at Score on Business. We hope you'll join us next week. We'll be right back here, so don't miss it. See you next week.